Good morning. Our topic is research design and the different types of research design. As we discussed in the earlier classes, research design is the plan of action or plan of action for doing a research, or it is a blueprint of the research work. Then there are different types of research designs are there. It is classified into different types. Then one is explorative research design or research design for explorative studies. Okay, we know that explorative research studies is also called formulative research studies, and the purpose is formulating a problem for more precise investigation. Major emphasis in this case, major emphasis on such study is on the discovery of ideas and insights. Ideas and insights. Therefore, research design for such studies must be flexible enough to provide opportunity for considering different aspects of the problem. There are different aspects in a problem, and all these aspects must be considered while designing a research design for explorative studies. Then methods adopted for explorative study. There are mainly three methods are adopted for explorative studies. First is survey of the literature. In order to formulate the research problem, three methods are adopted. First one is survey of the literature. Survey is an important method to formulate a problem. After a thorough literature review, it is required to analyze how the existing problem differ from the existing literature. We have to identify the research gap with the literature review. Hypotheses stated in the previous studies are also to be reviewed in survey of the literature method. The second one is the analysis of insight stimulating examples. That means if there is no practical experience in a particular area, this method is used. It is useful in the areas where practical experience is lacking to serve as a guide. In that case, the researcher's attitude, the intensity of the study, the ability of the investigator to draw diverse information into a unified interpretation are the main features which make this method appropriate. And third one is the experience survey. Here, a survey is to be conducted among the people who have had practical experience with the problem to be studied. In the previous case, we are applying that case if there is no practical experience is there. Here, if enough practical experience is there, then a survey is to be conducted among the people who have had a practical experience with the problem to be studied. Experience survey helps the researcher to define the problem consciously and helps in formulation of research hypothesis. And the second one is research design for descriptive research. You know the meaning of descriptive research. Descriptive research is a fact-finding investigation. The data needed for study are collected through observation, interview, and questionnaires. It is not related with the testing of hypothesis. That's very important. Descriptive, just describing the situations, existing situations on the basis of available data. It is not related with the testing of hypothesis. Generally, descriptive research is used in physical, natural, and social science. The following steps are involved in descriptive research. You are very familiar with these steps. Formulation of the objective of study, formulating the basic objective of the study, that is the foremost step. Then second, define the population, total population. We have to define the total population. From the population we have to select the sample and design the method of data collection. There are different methods of data collection, data from primary sources and data from secondary sources. Then we have to define and design the method of data collection. Then finally analyze the data and results. These are the steps involved in descriptive research. The next is research design for diagnostic studies. It is also it is more or less similar to that of descriptive research. It determines the frequency with which something occurs or its association with other variables. And the same steps are involved here also. The next is research design for experimental research. In experimental research, there are two groups, experimental group and control group. And here, two groups are compared in terms of the assured effect of the experimental variable. എക്സ്പെരിമെൻ്റൽ വേരിയബിളിൻ്റെ ഇഫക്റ്റ് ഐഡൻറ്റിഫൈ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അത് കമ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു കേസാണ് റിസർച്ച് ഡിസൈൻ ഫോർ എക്സ്പെരിമെൻ്റൽ റിസർച്ചിൽ വരുന്നത്. ദർ ആർ ടു ടൈപ്സ് ഓഫ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ്, കൺട്രോൾ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ആൻഡ് എക്സ്പെരിമെൻ്റൽ group, and there are different types of experiments. One is pre-experimental design. Here these designs are characterized by an absence of randomization. Pre-experimental designs are classified depending on whether there is an involvement of one or two groups and whether the groups are post-tested only or both are pre-tested and post-tested. The second is one-shot cases. Here it is very clear that one group is exposed to a treatment. Treatment means experiment, and only a post-test is given to observe or measure the effect of the treatment on the dependent variable within the experimental group. ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിനാണ് നമ്മൾ എക്സ്പോസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ആ ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ നമ്മൾ എക്സ്പെരിമെൻ്റ് നടത്തുന്നു, അതിനുശേഷം അതിനൊരു പോസ്റ്റ് ടെസ്റ്റ് നടത്തുന്നു. ആ എക്സ്പെരിമെൻ്റ് റിസൾട്ട് എന്താണ് കിട്ടിയതെന്ന് അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഒരു പോസ്റ്റ് ടെസ്റ്റ് നടത്തുന്നു, ആ ഡിഫറൻസ് ഐഡൻറ്റിഫൈ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വൺ ഷോട്ട് കേസ് സ്റ്റഡീസ്. ദെൻ വൺ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് പ്രീ ടെസ്റ്റ് പോസ്റ്റ് ടെസ്റ്റ് ഡിസൈൻ. ഹിയർ നമ്മൾ ഒറ്റ ഗ്രൂപ്പിന് തന്നെ നമ്മൾ പ്രീ ടെസ്റ്റും പോസ്റ്റ് ടെസ്റ്റും നടത്തുന്നുണ്ട്. ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ തന്നെ നമ്മൾ എക്സ്പെരിമെൻ്റ് നടത്തുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് ഒരു എടുക്കുന്നു, നമ്മൾ അതിന് എക്സ്പെരിമെൻറ്റിന് ശേഷവും ടെസ്റ്റ് നടത്തുന്നു. ഇതിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ വൺ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് പ്രീ ടെസ്റ്റ് പോസ്റ്റ് ടെസ്റ്റ് ഡിസൈൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ദെൻ സ്റ്റാറ്റിക് ഗ്രൂപ്പ് കമ്പാരിസൺ ഡിസൈൻ. In this design, at least two groups are involved. After one group receives a treatment, all groups are post-tested. ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിന് നമ്മൾ ട്രീറ്റ്മെൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളൂ, അതിനുശേഷം എല്ലാ ഗ്രൂപ്പ്സും ഈ ഗ്രൂപ്പുമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ സ്റ്റാറ്റിക് ആയിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്ന മറ്റേ ഗ്രൂപ്പുമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ കമ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഇതാണ് സ്റ്റാറ്റിക് ഗ്രൂപ്പ് കമ്പാരിസൺ ഡിസൈൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ദെൻ റിസർച്ച് ഡിസൈൻ ഫോർ അനലിറ്റിക്കൽ റിസർച്ച്. A researcher has to use facts or information already available and analyze these to make a critical evaluation of the material. It is known as analytical research. It aims at testing of hypotheses and it uses different statistical tools. Generally, we are conducting an analytical research. In certain cases, social sciences are using analytical research by using statistical tools and testing of hypotheses. Okay, thank you.